What's going on, everybody? Give me one moment. I am getting this thing together. And we're gonna roll this out. As you can see, the title is Grand Theft Crypto. This hustle is real today. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a blessed space with my family, with my friends, with the tribe. Feel good, man. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Let me just get the URL into the Discord, and then we are going to get popping today. Give me a second. Got things over here, and I can make my life easy because I seem to be working slow. There we go. I'm live. There we go. Copy this link into the Discord. Bang. There we go. Intellectual property. Disable this. Pop this over. Pop this over. Yeah. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Toxic Hustle. Welcome to Crypto Plunder. My name is Jay Tragic Jeffrey. I am the CEO, but mostly the Chief Strategy Officer of Toxic Hustle. I put my emphasis on strategy officer more than anything else because I believe artificial intelligence will be a better CEO at managing a company on a repetitive, redundant basis than a human. And I think that if it's using transparent data to be able to work on smart contracts and can manage the company in a smart operational way through multiverses, I am not going to be spending time doing that shite, right? I'm going to focus on strategy and finding more ways to get revenue for the company by placing the media that we hold as assets into more multiverses, right? So that's why the conversation today is going to be different. The conversation is going to be different. Well, it's the same. I won't say it's different. It's different than what most people are normally used to, right? When they're dealing with somebody who talks about blockchain or has something called crypto plunder, they think that all I'm going to do is talk about 1 or 15,000 cryptos, and they're going to miss it. And that's fine. I'm glad if I get straight up flown past, because I'm not pumping coins, and I'm talking about the fundamental business of media. Like, at the end of the day, it says crypto plunder because cryptographic business models are what's going to work in the future. And we've seen that now with some of the news with Amazon and their shot across the bow, and nobody is seeing the shot across the bow. But today, that's why we're going to talk about intellectual property, right? So, the reason why I'm so engrossed in this a bit is because, you see, when we talked about yesterday, I put a link out talking about how, the Bart Simpson happens, and I've been seeing this Bart Simpson effect happening on a couple on the current market, and found out exactly what that meant. Made a video yesterday about this puppet show we're dealing with, and at the fact that they are trying to push this down to 28,000 to then, right now it's accumulation mode. Like, I don't care if it does hit 28. I don't care about none of that. And then it's exactly like I said yesterday. I was like, yo, if you don't, like, today I'm going to, like, Sunday or Monday, I was like, I'm going to accumulate because I don't know if this thing tears off come the middle of the week. And what do you see happening immediately? Like, this game is so freaking disgusting, man. It's sickening. The manipulation, but you gotta understand that's the cost of the game. I'm getting it now that this is my second season, and now I'm on the other side. When I was hearing some of this stuff, I thought, oh, they're old head in the space. They don't know nothing. This new coin's gonna shatter all that. And I'd be like, and then they don't know. I purchased, I gotta say, like, hundreds of coins. Especially when I was trading with the robot during my season here, where I was trading with the Gunbot, right? Which I'm going to get back into. I just want to use some other stuff for now to just get that revenue in, because Gunbot costs so much to do when you want unlimited. So I need to make more money because that costs so much on the upfront cost that you got to spend, that I want to generate enough with these bots to justify then spending the extra money to now have to physically have a hardware machine that I'm maintaining someplace, right? Because what I think about bots is how everybody, these other people think about mining. When I got asked today by one of my homeboys, what up? And I said, he's like, yo, what do you think about Bitcoin mining? And I was like, I don't mind it, but think of it this way. The amount of hardware I got to spend on it up front, and what's my percent, how long is it going to take me to recoup? Because remember, I spent money on this hardware now. I now got to wait for that to recoup. And then in the timeline that I got to recoup it, are there going to be more people or less people putting hardware up, making it harder and harder for me to get it? Then I'm going to have to recoup while that number's going down. So I can play that game, which is cool. Let's say I put $2,000 on a machine. I might have to put 2 or 3 of them up while I'm going through. So let's say $6,000. Let's say it takes X amount of months to recoup. Let's say anywhere between 8 to 12 months to recoup it. You'll be in passive income in about anywhere between 8 to 12 months. So anywhere between 8 months to a year, you'll start making money. In that time, is there going to be more hardware on there or less hardware on there? Right? That's what I'm factoring in. I'm like, okay, my expense for hardware, like I'm coming in this late. If I wanted to do Bitcoin mining, I should have came in the Bitcoin mining zone years ago. Okay, maybe you got to shift your focus. All right, well, look, the new thing is data. So maybe being a data provider. So putting up a piece of hardware, same thing, but now it's smaller. We're talking about it can't be generating a lot of electricity, because what was the whole big thing about Bitcoin just a second ago? Oh, it's too much power. Okay, well then what everybody's going to figure out that you're going to hear right now is that then they should be working with smaller devices, low powered devices, the Internet of Things. Raspberry Pis are about $75. They do 8 gigs of RAM on board, period. What is it, 2 cores or 4 cores? Hold on. What is it? 2 Raspberry Pi 4, right? Specs. Then he's got to put specs in there for specifications, right? So then you come here and it tells you got a 4-core ARM CPU on there with 8 gigs of RAM or memory on board. That's a small little computer. Now, how we deal with that now is different. What do we do with that? Can we put this inside a machine and have a robot move? Yeah. Can we put this with a drone casing and have it be a drone? Yeah. An RC car? Yeah. Can it be a robot that scrapes a website, giving you insight data that you fill into a database and you store it and you get paid for storing that data in the cloud? So you run an automation software to clean up the data, and that's on another piece of machinery, and maybe that can be spun out in the future as an alternative proof of work? Yeah. So we've got to just think smarter, right? Not harder. As my father would say, use your head for more than a hat rack. So if I'm going to play the long game as a media company, what is the biggest problems in media right now? Well, one is storage. Costs money. And bandwidth costs money. So if I wanted to build my own YouTube, how could I do it? Because if I get booted off YouTube, like if YouTube don't like you, you get booted, right? We got to look at censorship. If you have music that starts speaking towards your beliefs again and they control the narrative, what will happen to your voice again? Look at Run DMC, look at Public Enemy when it first started, to what they had to do afterwards, like we had our gangster narrative, and it's cool. We still gangsters out on these streets, right? Everybody's still hardcore. But we now can sit there and say, yeah, I'm a warrior. I could murder and pillage in my village, but wait, I could now think about industry, right? Like the brothers in California that have a restaurant right out of the hood. Multiple gangs working together, which gangs are nothing more than corporations. Crips are corporations, the Bloods have a corporation. Stop it. Let's stop playing. They're businesses based off of old hierarchies in other organizations, potentially Masonic. And these are the things that we believe to be seeing manifest more and more so that we can understand the construct that we're in. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's now we have to understand that if it's a corporation, then let's start being businessmen. We've been businessmen before, but we just did it with short-term things, the things that they wanted to give us, the assets they wanted us in to be able to lock us down a path. That's fine. I can use that same energy. You know how we always say, come at me with the same energy? Well, guess what? I'm going to come at y'all with the same damn energy. I know what it's like. I've run with my set. I got old and realized either most of my set was dead or gone or locked. And when I say gone, they were just out the business, like gone. Got a regular job, driving a forklift or something to feed their families. Now we're saying that an industry, hardware is getting so cheap you can start figuring out through open source software. Open source. WordPress is open source. By me putting people's web pages up for them with WordPress, I created myself as a web developer. I was able to then use the web developer term. I was able to have a portfolio online of my client information, the portals I made for myself, as well as the companies I did for other people. I put that on my resume on LinkedIn, and then put out my resume on Indeed and got jobs. Period. No degree necessary. They don't give a damn about that. They've been lying to us for years. Proof positive, because I barely graduated high school. Y'all, for real. I was like, my ADD was horrible, man. And I was eating sugar and candy, like just jacking up my brain. And then with all the chemicals they were injecting in me for football to be able to play sports, or to give you what I got injected in the military that, oh God, I don't even know where the hell my mind is now. And then you just got the post-traumatic stress disorder you deal with. And even if you don't go into war, they put you in the scenario for 3 months if you're in the Marines. You're in the scenario. You're in war. There's people that have post-stress coming out of boot camp. Because for portions of this, you're reenacting it to get your mind ready for it. And of course, when you get there, it ain't the same, because I've seen my friends come back blessed out of that. And even had me go back to the homeland of Japan. You know, and to be able to see and be told by an Asian woman that my skin was the first skin and that my skin was beautiful, and to not feel like a slave for the first time in my life. When I walked out of her shop, I did not feel like a slave. I had never experienced it. When I walked back on base, I understood exactly what it was. I didn't understand it, and I didn't even perceive it. That incarceration feeling. And then the pissed offness because you're wondering why Africa ain't coming to save you, but Africans looking at you like you dumb. Like, don't you know you were never taken from here, stupid? Man, and then I realized, oh, wasn't I calling them out in history about this? That Christopher Columbus wasn't even a real like I didn't say he wasn't a real person. I just said, well, how can you discover something where people were already there? How does he discover something that where people were? That makes no sense. What does this have to do with business? Everything. Because then you need to understand what flags are being flown. Those corporate banners that you see are nothing more than crests that are attached to families now. Like the Hilton family has a crest on their hotels. The Trump family has their crest on their hotels. Corporations were nothing more than lineages. Remember, they would tie them to crests to have living trusts. They have estate planning. We've been cute with this, like MG says. But we don't internalize that. We don't flip it back and say, wait. So the business hustle was I got land. I tied my land to a corporation. I put up a flag. And once I threw up that flag, I was legal across water. So why am I buying a car in my freaking name? Why is the car not being bought as a business asset? And that way I don't have nothing as a tangible asset on me. That the corporation's handling it all. Because those are corporate assets. And I'm an entity within that structure, managing the corporation. And I'll give unto Caesar's what Caesar's, but then I tie it into another company with a living trust. And I tie that company to another company, which will be the arm of my business that does the charity work. Ain't that supposed to be how I play this game? Ain't that how I create generational wealth? So why am I playing sideways with Gritchy? With some plant matter? That's not physical assets. How do I get physical assets? Well, maybe I hop on a digital one and then flip them into physical. You know, real estate type things. Buy back the land. Tie it to your corporation, since they only want to listen to corporations, and make sure your corporations are tied to lobbies. Ha ha! Yeah. Right? Since we can't be, see, I came in the time when I watched the whole Nuwapian thing. You're gonna do a little 3 a.m. today with me. I watched the whole Nuwapian thing from the inside, watching it through with people that were like friends. I came down to Georgia to kind of see what was going on. And then it all fell down. Right? Getting good knowledge, building people starting to build themselves back, and then rip. All you do is cut the head off the snake, huh? And the rest of the body falls. And they've been doing that as an organization for years, divide and conquer. I came, I saw, I conquered. Veni Vidici. So we're dealing with a conqueror's mind state. You have to understand then corporate flags flew. Corporate flags were also pirate flags because they had to be business agencies. And those agencies were the pirates' captains. Those captains owned quadrants of not only land, but sea, as well as in time by air. The ones that owned air, land, and sea consolidated and became the systems we see now. Right? That's all this is. Your maritime was a consolidation of all the ships. The nautical, the air was the consolidation of all the pirate barons, the barons of the air. Air superiority. We know the blimps were there. The Zeppelins. Air superiority, the ships of the air. You do not wrestle against flesh, but principalities of air. It's right there in the book. That people want to hold, but never read, and then never perceive it, that it's a life lesson. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. Treat it as a manual. Don't treat it as Emmanuel. Treat it as a manual. A manual. Everybody wants to be cute and clamorous with shit. So we have to begin to look at our businesses different and think of hardware different and think of the infrastructure for the. Do you think this is going to sit on just an internet? No, it's going to become part of the backbone of it, especially when this goes to 16 gigabytes of RAM. And then I can stack 5 or 6 of these in a case and then make them into like a little network hub. Y'all don't get it. Servers are going to be distributed and they're going to be powerfully small, but distributedly powerfully strong. And for less wattage. This revolution is going to change when I can get. What happens when I can stack multitudes of chips on boards like this? What if I get a chip that stacks in a slot and it's nothing more than CPUs? Like, imagine all this space is nothing but CPUs, not the extra stuff, but just a CPU deck that you just slap into slots, and you've got slots on slots on slots of CPU processing power. On RAM sticks, you've got like hundreds of these cubes on RAM sticks. When RAM is not memory, but CPUs stacked on CPUs, stacked on CPUs, 3D layered printing for CPUs. When we do CPU printing, they're going to be printing layers of functional CPUs stacked on top of themselves. 3D. And that's going to that's how they're trying to get past what's his name's law? Moore's law. That every X amount of period of time, the processing speed doubles and gets smaller. It gets smaller and it doubles. So, I'm telling y'all now, the transition that we're getting ready to do is real. Let's look at the market. Let's get into it. We've got energy going sideways like we've already talked about. Nothing's changed there, right? We do have energy curving. Still got a ways to go, it looks, because it looks like it's playing like one of these plays like it did back in the early days. This long curve, it looks like we're going to be doing a long curve up. So that means systems are still coming back online. We got 14 today. It was lower. Fear's coming back up. Last week we were at 23. When people are fearful, you're buying. When it goes on the other side and we're in a greed where it's high greed, it's time to sell. That's one of the laws in stock market. In the stock market itself, one of the laws is be fearful when people are greedy, be greedy when people are fearful. Always the result, you always go opposite of the market, of where everybody else is. So if they're here, you're there. And if they're here, you're there. Okay? So right now we already know we're in a fear factor, which means I'm already been in my allocation mode. Let's look at these wallets and Pocket Watch, right? We've got the 10K wallets. These are the guys that got about $300 million in. And hold on, let me go ahead and make sure we're looking at the game they've been playing. As I showed you yesterday. Here we go again, see? I gave it to, let's see, yesterday was the 8th. Today is the 9th. So you see we do have the 8th in here, right? And on the 8th, what I've been telling you about the market manipulation. A person who has over $340-something million is just playing. One person is just playing this market like a fiddle. Trying to trigger something. So when I tell you Bart Simpson, look at the Bart. Even back here, you can see the manipulation, the Bart manipulation. They're trying to trigger it lower. Playing with the market. On this end, the 1,000 wallets are now selling down. Again, here we go. Market manipulation, sell-off. And it's going to cause that BART on the other side. We've gone sideways here. It still has some accumulation at the 100 Bitcoin wallets. At the 10 Bitcoin wallets, we have sell-off. We have sell-off. Yeah, so right now the fear is going to trickle down this way. We have some buy-in on this end, but they'll run back out when the market dips back down. And they seem to be buying in the 0.01 wallets. Some people are buying in, some people are not. But a lot of people are selling off. And that's the manipulation of this market. The Bart Simpson right here. The Bart Simpson up here. We've got another Bart Simpson floating down here. Now, whether or not we break out from this, I would like to see a breakout. Let's start looking at the chart and start seeing what we see on the day. We are up on the day so far. Is that a fake out? It could be. What do we see on our other charts? We saw somebody still playing with the market even as of yesterday. This could be a fake out to go down. So have another fake out to jump it back down. So we may break up here, have a fake out, and be another bull trap and throw everybody back down and break this 33 line they want to break. Because I'm telling you, we have already seen in this file, damn it, which I don't have right now. Give me a second. I need to save this file for myself. Give me a moment. I'll put it back on this chart. Give me 1 second. I want to get this chart saved so I can have it as a file I can use on a regular basis. Because we're going to be using this chart the rest of this year. Anytime we see some BS like this, because it's a long play. This is going to be the Bart fake out. Right? That's what I'm calling it. The Bart Simpson fake out. Let me put that in my folder real quick because, like I said, we are going to be using this consistently now because these guys keep playing the same damn game every freaking year, and we're catching it now. Put this in Toxic Thought called the Bart fake out. Yep, and put that up here like so. There we go. Bang. And give me 1 second, and let me just drag the Bart fake out over here and put that where it needs to be, and then go ahead and delete this right here. Okay, this Bart fake out happened. They started doing it. See the little thing right here starts doing it, and then boom, it crashes. Now I have to do some research on the back end to see exactly how that played out in those timelines before, what was going on to potentially trigger those. But all I know is you can see right here, this guy, Uncomplication, April 25th of this year, called it right around here where it was going to go, how it was going to break down, and where they wanted it by the end of May. And that was the crash we had right around where it crashed at. And if we go into the chart actually plays out the position of this thing. From April, May, April was right here, right? So right here is where he's getting ready to talk about it. And the falling's happening. April 24th, right? Boom. So he's talking about it on this day. And he says that if it plays out, when it goes down, it's going to go down to this level. And we see that right here where he actually says it. It's fallen down to phase E. Right? So that's the reason why I look at this and I'm showing you. Here's the Bart on the back end of this trade being played out. And that's what I mean by this is some BS. And this is one person just with $384 million. That's why I said this game is dirty, but we just have to play long term on this. All right, so we've got another Bart forming, and I don't know if it'll break us down to this level, which will put us at that 2890 zone, which is right where they want it. This is the zone, the realm of accumulation, regardless of where you get it in. All the way in there. Remember, the past was here. Where were we? Where are we right here? This is the past. We're in January. If you wanted this at January's prices, not financial advice, I would get it at January's prices if you feel comfortable with that. I don't think you get it back in December's prices. I don't think it's that kind of jugs. There's too much news getting ready to come out. This is not my opinion, but what is the rule? Buy the rumor. Here's a rumor. What's happening right now? Accumulation. Buy the rumor. Sell the what? Sell the news. Taproot is interesting, but as I learn more about it, it's significant, but it's really not that big. It's not huge. It's major, but it ain't huge. So November, December dip, when people realize that this upgrade really didn't change much, you don't think this thing triggers down like with the December dip that I tell you happens, because this is the season's Bitcoin. Dump January, December 2017. Let's go over here. We're looking for another red. This is the red. November, December dip. This was a signal of a pump, but that was the first pump of that year. Most of the time, it signals down. Down, down, down. 2016. 2017, 2018. 2018, 2019. 2019, 2020. Systematic. Like, this is why I mapped this out. I just went on and say, what happens on these days? And do I see a pattern every single time I go down there? That's why I'm like, yo, this is systematic, man. And these are just my charts that I did on my own. Nobody told me to do this crap. I just started charting the coin that controlled all the coins, and I started learning it. Because it seemed like it was a breathing thing. I was like, oh, this seems kind of breathy. Seems like it breathes. And then when things like this happen, it's signaling these huge surges. Like, here was a signal that something was getting ready to happen. And we started having this run. Here a signal happened, and we had a run. Here a signal happened, and we had a signal here and a signal here that was signaling a huge run. But then what do we start seeing here? Signal here, a signal here, and a signal here. A huge run. This is a suppression. This is a signal that we had things that were happening that weren't supposed to happen, and it was signaling something, because when it's done that in the past, like 1, 2, 3, we had huge signals, but we had suppression happening. Man, they play with me. Stop playing. Stop playing me soft. Stop playing us soft. Let me not make this personal. Because as a business owner, if I'm thinking about blockchain, I got to think this thing here, but I also got to play these manipulated pumps. And I get it. They have to play them. They got to do what they got to do to make their money. Okay, fine. But we got to do what we got to do, because if I'm a business, I got to understand what's going on the other side, how they're manipulating my asset. So I've got to figure out how to play around their manipulation. So now I can't even care about the assets, which is sad. But it's also good, because I stopped playing their game by moving into another form of market, right? Hold on. Let me come over here and do this, because I forgot to get one of my screens ready, which is my bots. Let me just get my bot screens up and drag them over. Right? These are the bots. This is what this whole game is for. Like, this game I'm playing here is for the long haul, and I'm getting it ready now. I don't give two flying fizznuts about the pump. We go to 100K, yay us. Don't care. Not here for that one. I'm here for this long winter after it happens. You notice I'm keeping y'all all grounded as much as I can. I know you're there halftime. I know that's you. You know what I'm saying? This here is the long haul. The long damn goal. And I believe that this goal, this long play, is the innovation cycle. I call it crypto winter, but as I'm learning now, I'm going to change some of this. This is the innovation cycle. This is actually where you're supposed to be studying your crypto. which means I should have been studying here before this happened. So now I'm actually studying in this cycle for this cycle. So I'm trying to, right now, I'm studying here to get ready for this. So this is where I'm at. So I'm really down here, right? Because this is September, this is August, the August run up. There will be another August run up. Just so you can see the jugs that this is the same thing. The May crash, a June crash, July crash, and then, oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me show y'all just so that I know y'all seen this already, but I know somebody else is going to watch this and think I'm on some bullish. When I say that this is manipulation at its finest, I'm going to show you the manipulation and you're going to be annoyed as Fiznuck because I'm going to show you the future. I'm going to show you the future right now, and it's sad. I'm showing you the future, but it's not really me doing this. It's just you seeing it again because they just play the freaking same game. Because remember, these robots are robots. Their robots are robots. And they're programmed to do this every cycle. They know what the halvening means. They know what it means for their other stuff because they're playing the hardware game too, guys. You don't think that they're buying the dip to get their crypto that they made with their mining coins cheaper? So as a miner, they're mining all the way up on the run, selling all their coins off, waiting for it to crash down, buying all their hardware, letting their hardware build up their mining equipment, their crypto again, and as it gets high again, dumping all the mined coins back on the market again. That is the hustle. So I'm going to show you it just because, what do I know? We're going to go back to 2015. Around what? We were in just did May, right? We did May. So March had a little dip. It crashed. We went to April. It did a dip and crashed. It started getting up there. Let's see. May, it started going up around there and it crashed. Then it went up right here. And around the 20-something of May, it crashed. Then it went up again around the second week of June, which will be next week. We're going to see a huge pump. Then around the 15th or something about June, it crashes really hard, waiting for it to jump again around the end of June, around the 30th, around 30. Yeah, around the 30th of June, it's going to run up. Now, I'm in 2015. We go through a halvening cycle. Let's see. We go in May and we're running up, and we have at the end of May we have actually this time. Wait, no. Around the end of May there's a crash. There it is. Hold on. Let's go into it a little deeper. Yeah. See, around the 20-something of May there's a crash. Then it kind of runs up in June. The first couple weeks of June there's crashing. Right? Like what we're doing right now. Then around June 11th, there's a run up, you know what I'm saying? And then around June 20-something, there's a crash. Then there's a significant crash sometime. Wait, there's another run up around, is there a 30th? What's about June 30th? June 30th? Yeah, there's a run up around June 30th. Yeah, 30th. Keep June 30th in your mind. I know I'm being real asshole-ish. I know, guys. But guys, we're in 2016, though. Let's go to 2017. Let's go 2017. You know what I mean? Okay. We're gonna go to 2017. Okay. We're gonna go to May. Okay. May, around the end of May. Okay. We're gonna crash. Okay. Then it's gonna run up again around June, the first kind of weeks in June. But around that the 4th or so. Okay, it's gonna crash. Around the 4th to the 9th, it's gonna crash. And this week, it's gonna crash. Right around the 11th, it drops off a little bit. Let's go to the 30th of June. The 30th of June, do we have a little run up? Oh, the 30th of June. Around the 30th of June, we have a run up. You know, okay? Does it seem manipulative? Then we're going to have this run up in July, right after the 4th of July. You know, that right after July, that third week of July or so, we're going to have a run up. And it's going to have a little crashes here around the 4th week of July. And then after the last week, right around August, we're going to have this run up. This is 2017. This is where my cycle begins. This is where I came into the markets heavy. I'm in here all through 2017. Just in it, in it, in it, in it. It's going to go forever until it doesn't. Till right around, that October, that December, November, December dip. In November it dips. Then it dips December, and then it crashes in January. Why? Because real investors take their profits at the beginning of a new investment cycle because capital gains don't have to be paid for another year. So there's always a January dip. After that, it crashes heavy. Right? Right. So we're going to go into our current season now, right? We just played it out 3 years of it, right? Let us zoom in over this way and scroll it over, right? Let's play out the manipulation, right? Here's our January dip, like I just talked about, January dip, because real investors take their money out. We have that dip in January. It falls kind of hard. It starts pumping again. Scroll this down a little bit. Not too much because we're going to follow it, right? February dip. March dip. The April, May, June, April, May. End of May starts it right there. The middle part of May to that last little part of May. They did the trigger. The end of May crashed us. We're now in that May, June 30th. Right around here. That's why I say if they're going to they're trying to break it down to this, but they may only get this cipher because I said June 30th, right? Around June, July, there's a pump coming right around here. So they only got a window of this window to get the market where they want or just to accumulate and keep playing. So what are we seeing? Is the robot that they have, their $1 million robot, playing their position like a fiddle? Okay. So our markets are down a little bit on the, no, actually our markets are up today. But that could be a fake out. You know why? Because we don't really pump until the 30th. So I'm going to see what happens right before that pump happens. So it's really going to be right before that 30th. So I'm looking to see really, where are we June 20th in this zone? Because I believe even if we get up here, it's a fake out move because we've been up here, or at least up here, back here, just not too long ago. We've even been up here not too long ago. So even if we come up here in a short amount of time, in just a few ticks, we could come back down, and we only have these many ticks left. So the breakout doesn't start really until 24 or so. 20. I'll say around here, anywhere from the 15th on. I'm hunting to see where we at. And then I'm looking for that breakout, because I said there's that June, end of June. Because like I said, it's really this window right to the 30th. It's that 30th window to the July breakout. But remember, there's a double fake to come back down, and then it goes back up again. After July, end of July, we have that hyper breakout. That's been the play. That's always been the play. Do we think if we look in the past and we see a pattern, the pattern will play out? Bart Simpson showed us it is. And Bart Simpson is showing us that they're trying to get it to play out again. How much of my Bart Simpson head do I got to wait for? We know the 30th, these guys are all together. What did I say? July 30th, we would have news. June, end of June. So it said June 30th, June 30th, June 30th. That's VeChain, Theta Network, the SafeMoon thing, Pancakes. No, not SafeMoon, excuse me. Pancake Swap is June 30th. Yeah, even SafeMoon has something on June 30th. You see the manipulation? Tell you what, hold on. Let's get real cute. Let's get real cute. Let's see all the significant things happening on June 30th to June to the 1st. So from June 30th to here. No, how would they do here to here? Can I do that? You're not gonna let me do that. You're not gonna let me be great. Let me see. Can I? Come on, man. Let me do this. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. No, you didn't let me do it anyway. You suck. All right, look. 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. Do you see how it's manipulated? Do you see how crazy this manipulation is? Because it's not just the manipulation from the investors, it's the manipulation from the announcements. There's so much news pumping the market. Yay, us, right? So while they know when the cycle's getting ready to get going, they know, they go ahead and try to get as much money as possible before they know exactly when it's playing. They know when to buy. They've been talking to themselves, investing and saying we have it on our books. They're already telling you, be a corporation, get Bitcoin on your books. You're now a profitable thing, Get incorporated, put Bitcoin on your books. You're profitable. Oh my God, what a concept. Ha 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 ha, as Jesus would say. Yeah, ha ha. I'm gonna get you. Let's look at some news, right? Because I need y'all to see some of the crazy crap that's been coming into my eyeballs. The picture we took yesterday, even that started to pop up. So, where did I leave off? Because some weirdo crap started coming up last night, right? China blocks Weibo accounts, so we know signal for dip. China is in on the dippage. They own a lot of the hardware that makes Bitcoin mining, so they're in on the jugs. Don't get it twisted. China's in on the jugs. They're trying to get the market down cheap enough. They're buying on the back end. All the hardware guys are getting it ready. They make the hardware. Alibaba, all that stuff, all the companies that I buy my hardware from, made in China, still made in China, y'all. We're not printing here yet. In about 5 years, we might be able to do more on our own with RISC-V chips. Start studying. I want to get in the hardware game, even in the printing of your own hardware chips and CPUs for your own ASIC mining ribs. You're going to be able to print out your own mining chips. That's going to get past this whole... y'all don't get it. Let's move on. My ADD. Woo! I'm about to give you too much. Government cannot stand in the way of crypto technologies, which I talked about yesterday, but it's deeper why I'm repeating some of these news articles. Is because I've been able to study overnight. Companies and countries are understanding that they cannot get in the way, not because they cannot. No, they cannot. There is no feasible way for them because if I can VPN, how can you know what my IPs are if we're not even using real IPs anymore? Right? Right. We're using other applications now, like wallet addresses, not quote unquote IP numbers. Right. We're using signatures to do validation, right? Signatures. Wallet signatures. The wallet's the app, right? Right. So we're not working on those networks anymore. Their visibility to those networks. I want you to tell me your wallets. Please tell me your wallet addresses. We need to know your wallets. Yeah, we need to know your IPs. Your wallet addresses are the new IPs. I'm getting it. That's why I'm coming back to this one again. Because as I'm bridging this, as I'm understanding what it means for me to be the strategy officer for a media company in the next revolution, I have to say, what does my media mean to my company? What what are assets to my media is like me as an artist, right? To my company being Tragic. So me as Tragic, Tragic Jeffrey, Jack Tragic, the rapper and producer. Me, my assets are my music, my beats, and my songs. Now I've been wanting to get better employment for it because it does. I'm not gonna make music that doesn't. I can make more money on my music on my own, not the physical way they're doing it. I just had to wait, and that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna be back in the studio making way more money on my assets in blockchain space. And I'm gonna explain that, and that's part of the explanation of this talk today. I'm getting you primed. When I say Grand Theft Crypto, a future of intellectual property, I'm talking, we're about to get Grand Theft Auto out here for real, for real. And I'm going to show you a world in your head in Grand Theft Auto terms that's going to make this work for you mentally. I'm going to put it in the street so we make it, so that we still got our hustle. We can see how we move with Gritchy, how we move with other stuff, and how we can move with this stuff. Because again, what do we sell? How come everybody told us the drug game was like the music game, right? But now, for me, this crypto game is like that game too, because what are you selling? A product. All I got to do is move the best weight or material. So who's going to give artists more ways to make money with their actual audible or visual content? I start buying that because I am buying the platform holding the most digital assets. Whomever holds the digital assets wins. So who has coins that are minting quote unquote NFTs? Because yeah, they're dumb right now, but they'll get smart soon and they'll be programmable soon. So who's making it easy to get into that game? And then how are they having any plans to get their assets reusable in other games and people can license it through their platforms? Done. That's your whole media industry. You take your music, you finish it on a weekend. You place it on a platform where you're holding NFTs. A person like me has a club looking for new music and finds out that you have a new license for your new song or beat, right? So I have a place that's playing lo-fi. So now I have this lo-fi jazz club where people come out and hang out, and I have all this virtual stuff like it's a real cool lounge. And in there, people get to hear good music, and then maybe people record their spoken word, and then they stream their spoken word on the air through their platform, but they use Spotify to re-loop the broadcast through, earning them streaming royalties as well as performance royalties with the cryptocurrency going streaming live. Or they're in Spotify and a DJ is using their Spotify playlist to be able to play music in world, and then they're getting royalties through Spotify in world through streaming. And Spotify is like, go. Because what they'll do is they'll give you micro fraction transactions, or they create a Spotify coin and start putting the infrastructure for all of that streaming on the blockchain. Y'all don't understand what blockchain tech's about to do. Even Sony understands it. Sony's buying up all the anime right now. Funimation, they're getting hit with antitrust because they're trying to grab Crunchyroll as well. If y'all are into anime, don't you hear music playing? You don't think that the American versions of animes or the purchase of animes won't be looking for music that's streaming all over the Twitter or TikTok verse? Well, who's putting you on TikTok and Twitter and all that other stuff? I'm using cdbaby.com. I don't get paid for it. CD Baby, you need to have an affiliate network. Y'all need to stop playing. Y'all need a cryptocurrency too. Y'all need to stop playing and distribute your whole network. or somebody's gonna eat y'all alive. I'm telling you, whoever creates the new CD Baby where we can license our stuff and do all the distribution. I mean, Toxic Hustle's trying to build that in slowly but surely, especially when we can get our access to the technology that can do audio signatures so that we can actually scrape the web and hunt down people that are using our work, and have a bounty program for people looking for it to get paid to find our work everywhere else. Mm, mm, mm. People don't understand how software is about to change. That's why I have this up, because it's not just the gaming software, it's business grade software. We're talking about the music industry that becomes digitized. That means once it's on a computer, it has to be by design. It's on a system. So it now by design is on a system. It can be systematic. I'll say that again because my stream went out. By design, if it is on a system, it is by design systematic. Every one of these is leading down a thought process for the company. Yeah, they're long, but they have to be, because I'm thinking out a business strategy for the next 10 years. You're hearing a strategy real time. I think about it, and before I would just execute on my own and keep it in silence. But I can't do that no more. I have to be my brother's keeper. I have to. By default for the tribe. That is what our tribal law said. If you believe in a king being here that told you to do so, that's on you. And if that king said, yo, just look out for your brothers and, try to keep these 10 laws, kind of keep the peace amongst your tribes, then just follow that to keep the peace amongst your tribes. You didn't have to make it into a religion. You're already a digital being. You're already a part of the Most High. So just ride. What are you doing for the kingdom, for the tribe, right? That's basically your life. That was how simple our lives were. What are you doing for your brothers? If you did that, that pretty much made your life way easy, because you're not thinking about yourself. You're not thinking about your own greed. I make money in the margins by myself. I can give this to a lot of people. Like, look, I got one person on the stream with me. Consistently. And I'm thankful. Because at least one person is cashing it. And then the replays, I catch that multiple people are catching the replays more consistently now. And I thank y'all for joining. I know y'all got busy lives. I'm living this every day. I just happen to record my work and my thought process. Like, instead of me researching on my own, I kind of like build out my research. And this is how I've been researching. Is I've been looking at news and starting to build out my business plans based off of kind of what they're telling me. Kinda. I don't base it 100%, but I look for the patterns. And then I say, where is everything going? And who's telling me where they're going, where they go? We then see NFTs shifting for artists as the music business evolves. Yes, music business will evolve. Producers are now making money elsewhere. And when you think about virtual worlds, imagine this. Imagine a game inside a virtual world, or a land area inside a virtual world. And in that virtual world, it's themed, and they choose specific artists that are on like this NFT platform. They choose specific artists to work with privately, and then they build out a playlist or music that they put in like an album gets made. So they do this instead of like crowdfund. They like build this whole like choosing, and like people submit their music, and once they submit their music, it gets put into like this copyright or contract, and the contract will get rolled out, and then that contract is managing the assets being moved to multiple physical distributions. So like a contract that uploads it to Spotify, a contract that gets it to Beats, Apple Music, a contract that gets it to YouTube, a contract that, all these contracts are running that manage the music. And then we have a distribution mechanism of consensus to be able to catch the views, the streams, the data for that. in real time. Right? Take a screenshot of how many plays are on YouTube, put it over here, do an OCR to grab what that data is, have consensus on that from multiple platforms or multiple verifiers or validators, and that becomes consensus on proof of plays. I keep calling this like alternative proof of work strategy. Like, we can come up with alternative proof of works. Like, if I take a screenshot and I have it OCR'd and 5 other machines do the same damn thing, and we all come back with the same data, we insert that data into the blockchain based off of proof of alternative proof of work. We did work, we scraped some things, we have the visual, the actual screenshot, we have the OCR text, we have the processing that was done on the OCR text, the same exact process, scraped the same damn data, and retrieved the same result. On the same day, roundabout at the same time. A chain of devices scraped a site at the same time, getting the same data. That is called spidering. Google started that business model. Let's not be cute and glamorous. Spiders don't have to be just web programs. Spiders can be outside programs scraping data. Stop, stop, stop. We get it. So we just have to now get paid for scraping that data. Oh, that's the blockchain. Thank you. Cryptocurrencies are just now your systems giving you automated revenue for doing data work. And it's just what that data work is, whether it be rendering video, whether it be being an audio server, whether it being video, whether it being an Oracle, whether it being just a store of value like Bitcoin. Whether it be Ethereum, where you're doing applications on top of it. Cloud-based applications. Without a wallet. Or with a wallet. Two forms of applications, cloud-based and downloadable application based on all cross channels, right? Apple, Windows, Linux. So we're going to start seeing things like this. Lindsay Lohan's guide to getting filthy rich on NFTs. Really? Now she's a knowledgeable person on NFTs. It's still her first season. But, you know. Billionaire Mark Lazary says he should have bought a lot more Bitcoin. Accumulation is right now. I bet you in a couple of years, he say in 2017 he bought a whole lot more, or excuse me, in 2021 he bought a whole lot of Bitcoin right now. When he said this statement, he went ahead and bought a whole lot more. Bet you money next cycle he's saying he bought a whole lot more. He said he wanted more in the next Bitcoin cycle. When there's a next Bitcoin big meeting, he's going to be like, oh, I bought. So more and more companies are buying it. We just got to stop playing. And remember, the asset right now, from what I'm hearing from people that are better in the know than me, every new Bitcoin that's being minted is basically being grabbed up by just like 2 or 3 people now. Every mined up coin, when it gets to market, like 2 or 3 companies are basically buying them all out. Because they're getting it over the counter. Which means you don't see it on the regular market. This is institutional buying. They get to announce it later. They get to break it out slower. Oh, we'll announce. We just announce it on the blockchain at a later date. We're on a closed chain. Private chains, right? Over the counter, OTC. So Polkadot says it's ready to begin auctioning off its parachain slots. Don't know what that means, y'all, but I know there's a huge buzz on this thing, and I'm getting my Matic ready. I'm trying to stake it and everything else. Trying to stake it, trying to understand Polygon more, trying to understand Kusama more, KSM, and Matic, MATIC. Right? I'm trying to understand these. Web traffic for cryptocurrency exchanges hit all-time high. Basically, all the people are going onto the exchanges more and more. People are understanding that they need to be buying and purchasing crypto, and they're buying more and more. So yes, there's more web traffic going to these exchanges. Plus, there's more news about it. There's more people talking about it all over the world. So it's getting that buzz. So yeah, this just lets you know we're getting ready to go into the hype cycle. With this development, could XRPL compete with Ethereum? These side chains getting ready to roll out. These other markets and liquidity and Ethereum, parachains and cross chains, all these things can be on these other exchanges. We're going to see these things play out. Cardano has some advantages to Ethereum. Here's why crypto investors might want to own some. If y'all think at all, and I, of course, have to say this crap, I am not offering any advice. I can't, and I don't want to. I just want you to think for a second. If you believe that a company who believes taking time to get your software right the first time before rolling it out, before it's a ass ship that you got to steer later down the line, that you thought out ahead of time that if I just jump with Ethereum now, because he built on Ethereum, the guy that ran Cardano, said it makes no sense just jumping and building this thing huge like this without taking the consideration to scalability. Oh, and of course Vitalik was like, well, let's just keep going. Now they're trying to steer a huge ship with a tugboat from the rear, trying to turn a ship another way, while the little tugboat, Cardano, has been focusing on how to be agile from day one. So as they grow, they just get bigger and better engines. They kept building the engine better, so the engine in that ship will be huge. So as you add to the ship, the engine's already there. I am building a platform application. I'm working with WordPress. As I was working with WordPress, I found WordPress as I kept putting plugins and plugins and plugins and plugins and plugins and plugins, sidechains and parachains and parachains and sidechains, plugins, to Ethereum, the main software. As I added more plugins, it got too top heavy. My WordPress got slower. I needed more memory to make it run as efficiently, which means I need to spend more money to run it as efficiency when it was lighter. I'm now looking at, if I want to go to 1,000 people on that one machine, how much is that going to cost me with how heavy and expensive the running the software is currently? Can I build it on blockchain later and be able to pivot faster, longer, by going slower now than jumping out there now? Right? Or do I just jump out there and then have to rebuild this thing from scratch or try to figure out how to turn a huge ass ship later? No. I don't want to worry about the problem later. I can see the problem now. I've tried to build on a big ass application like WordPress and keep adding, and it then just breaks. And then the expense I'm paying for all these damn plugins. And then I got to pay for those plugins every freaking year. Then I got to pay for the server, and I got to keep upgrading the damn server, and I got to pay for that every freaking year. Or do I decentralize and then concentrate on scaling out on a distributed solution that's going to be cheaper for me, especially if I can own the freaking machines underneath it? Or own a chain by owning a coin in the future that says you can store your data with us. Oh, and I can put my system on. Oh, and I can do this with you. Oh, I can do. Oh, you're like Amazon and I can do everything there? Even video? Oh, I'm gone. And I get a coin? Okay, my media company's over here. I'll still use YouTube. I'll still use all these other ones, but I'm going to use this because this will be the crux of my long-term 5-year play when I become a media agency with this coin. Using this for my data, distributing it in the multiverses through this coin. because it's holding all my data through side chains, parachains, or whatever the hell. Or if it just built out like that through Cardano, and I was just now stacking Cardano for my future play, being on its network with my applications on its blockchain with little to no gas fee. I'll wait. I can be patient for the next cycle. Which is why people like Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank explain why Bitcoin will beat stocks now. Because scarcity is scarcity, and the money printer from America will go printing all season. We ain't got no new jobs. We need to be media people. The gross national product is media, y'all. If you don't get it, you don't get it. But it's going to be media. Because what else are we going to make consistently? What are we going to mine? The miners can't mine any physical ore anymore, so they found something new to mine. Data is the new oil. Ben said it. Planning for crypto. Data is the new oil. Bitcoin is data. How much is Bitcoin? How much per coin? That is oil. Point blank, period. Don't care how anybody feels about it. A database is worth $34,000 or whatever it is right now. 36. Damn, jump that fast. So if you listen to me this weekend when I said, oh my God, yo, I don't know if this is going to go back up. But again, I told you, we got a double fake. Just get ready. Get ready. A double fake may happen. If not, I've already been accumulating, so I don't give a damn. I've already been accumulating. Because I already know, we already know where the last Bart Simpson was. Do I think it's going to go back here? Yeah. There's no new Bitcoin going to none of us. So yeah, that Bitcoin's going to custodial wallets, and they're buying it up on the back end. I'm playing with the market to get you the hell up out of here because I am scarfing it up 1,000 Bitcoin at a time, period. I'm scarfing it up 100 Bitcoin at a time, period. I'm scarfing it up. Well, not right now, but we could potentially be seeing that turning now. At 10 Bitcoin at a time. People are starting to go into accumulation. Holy crap, hold on. Holy crap, hold on. My screen just died. Give me a second. Gotta love when you're not charging. Dumbass, you are. Give me a moment. I'm hoping my portable screen will act right. Give me a second. Don't be a punk. Oh, you are going to be a punk, aren't you? Hold on. Booyah! We're back. Right? There we go. Let me just make sure that my screen is showing that. Give me a moment. There we go. And now let me drag these things back over there so we can get back to this. All right. I was with this screen. Drag it over. Give me a moment, y'all. I'm putting everything back where it needs to be. Boom, boom, boom. And another one, and another one. Hey, another one buys the dust. Hey, don't switch. I gotta take you to the other one buys the dust. Come on. Boom. There we go. So, like I said, 1 Bitcoin. We already going into beginning to start an accumulation phase here. And of course, like I said, the big wallets is here. But we got dumping that's been happening. It's cooling off, but it's still going down. And that's what they're doing by manipulating this market right here. The BART. Manipulating the market, which we talked about right here, is this pulling it down. This guy said it in April. It's gone down to where it said it. They want it in the 28.32 zone, which is where they have their strike. We know the news is telling us it's on the 30th. We know the pump is coming on the 30th. And that's why Kevin understands the game. He knows that if I just have a business and I buy Bitcoin and I hold Bitcoin and I just hold it for the next 5 years, I understand that it's an asset that's going to do better than gold in the short term. Don't care how everybody thinks about it. Do I hear more crypto coming, more data systems, more potential for people to be the infrastructure of a new mesh network of things? Yes. People getting paid for having hardware online and developing hardware online to be part of this network of things? Yes. Is there a currency for that? Yes. Does it use lower power? Yes. Do these idiots think we're going to go back to bigger hardware when everybody just complained and brought Bitcoin down because they complained of the energy usage? Come on. He understands that they are playing a freaking game. Coinbase says interest from pension funds and hedge funds has skyrocketed. Institutional holdings have soared 170%. So while we all out here being scared the hell out of our pockets, these people have been jumping right into crypto heavy. Again, 21 million Bitcoin, guys. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. And I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist. I don't sit here and say just have Bitcoin. I will tell you quick, fast, in a hurry. Come after that October, November dip, I will be moving my crypto into stablecoin. I will be earning interest. I'll be waiting for the December crash to cash out a little bit more. The January, I'll be out before January. I don't care how much higher it goes up in January. I am going to be out of the market by January. By the end of December, I am done. I'm gone. I'm in stable coins and I'm earning interest on coin. Doesn't mean I'm out of the market like I'm not going to be trading pairs with my robots. I'm still going to be holding crypto in my robots. My majority long-term holdings will be shrinking for the dip to buy back low and sell off for the next run-up. But then I got a whole crypto winter after that January run-up to sit through while we do the innovation cycle, the crypto winter / what are you innovating type beats. You know, after this last run-up, November, December, since we know this is automated, the November, December run-up, when everything runs high, and then crashes in January, February, I'll be out. And then from this point on, after this crash, which will be around February 5th, we'll be at a decent bottom. My robots will be trading for the next 2 years. 2019, 2020. Yep, that'll be, let's see, this is 2022, 2023, 2024, when that next halvening happens, to then the next run-up. See how simple that is? This play that just happened is going to happen again, is going to happen because the next cycle is 2024 for the next halvening. That's why I play in the pocket. I'm showing you the biggest pocket you got to deal with. Here is the last cycle. Here is our new cycle. We'll come up here in December. We're going to have this long cycle. And that's where I will continue to repeat. That is where your bots will play. And that's where you'll earn your percentages. So let's start talking a bit about that, and we'll get back into the news because I do want to take a look at the robots. I will make some on-site right now changes and or calls to my changes. But I'll tell you what I'll do later, what I did, or what I'm about to do later, because I'm not going to do it all online. I will tell you that I am trading this weird 3x Ethereum thing that showed up on my radar. This is KuCoin. Link in the description. This is a high risk play. Everything on KuCoin is higher percentages. So it's really my high risk portfolios on KuCoin. Now I do have something on Gate.io as well on this bot. Just gaining something there. I don't like money sitting on a platform not doing anything whatsoever. So I just have it there trading a little bit of trading on a little bit of volatility. Nothing serious. Just to say I'm doing it, right? And I'm trading now at 298, not 198 on my grid lines. And I'm starting to extend my grid lines. I did not do it on this one because it's not new. If you look at the one from 17 hours ago, which was yesterday, you can see that I'm at least 20. I hate 23. I don't know why it set it for 23 or how we got 23 grid lines when I've been keeping my grid lines even. It just does some bug crap sometimes and it throws off my numbers, but whatever's clever. It's trading and we're trading at 298 and the change has been 2%. We've got 2.45. As it plays sideways, as you'll see further down, we get a lot more revenue for our bang, right? Right now, 298 is on this play. We have been playing an up pattern, so we don't really have the sideways to show you on that one yet. 298 on this one. This is more of a sideways pattern, but not really. I mean, it did a huge drop, and we did buy in. It is kind of sideways. So you can see that we've got 3.21, 3.42. So we are doing better on this trade than we did here, where if we had just bought and held, we would have done fine. But that's because we rode up. As this plays sideways, we will get more trades. Again, I want to play these longer terms. This is too much of a short play. I should have played longer. Most of my robots that are going to be playing longer terms. Again, I'm getting my headspace ready for the long crypto winter. For the point where we're doing accumulation, the point where you're doing innovation, that innovation cycle. Matic, I already told you I'm on Matic. Again, trading sideways, 3.2, put 3.42 from a 3.21 is what it changed. We got a 3.42 out of it playing sideways. XCAD, we're playing for USDT. We've got 19% on the jump of this one and 27%. So this is what I mean when I said that buying, when it plays sideways, I want to show you proof as to why I'm doing my tests now. I am running my strategies now. And that's why I said with this one, you see there's 20 grids, 298. And because of that, I played a longer position and I'm able to play into this trade longer. Though my robot actually trailed down and started my lines a lot lower than I wanted. So I really now got to think about shifting this down if it doesn't play to the upside soon or if it breaks down lower. So I will keep an eye on it. It's been running for 5 days, and that's a nice snag for a 5-day play on just, under $200 of profit to earn that. That's what you got to look at when you're dealing with your bots, man. Like I don't think y'all get the fact that, look at this. This one is earning, even if it's like, look, it's doing 0.4% today, right? 0.4%. We've got 2.98% on the play. We're only playing in 12 grid lines, right? Let's scroll this up. So we're in the middle of the water. We did come down a bit. So while this is 0.4% from where we bought initially getting into this trade, we still pulled 3% profit out the trade. And I can just let this play. And like I said, I want to play longer term. So now I'm expanding my reach to 20. So as these bots go in, they're going to get more and more boring because I'm just going to be playing longer terms and talking about here. The bots are just automatic. I'm getting them there. This is research. This is what a media company will do with its assets long term. I'm going to take revenue that comes in from royalties from myself as an artist, and I'm going to flip it. And if I have people that I work with, if we're on some type of exchange on some type of blockchain that can do splits automatically, so I don't even have to think about that shit from the multiverse, and it handles the splits, then we all get paid. It comes into my account, and what I get paid, and I can do whatever I want with it. Because you got paid in your crypto. And you know what I'm doing with my crypto. And I'm not trying to be your money manager. I'm teaching you how to be a money manager. I'm showing you how I'm managing the crypto for my stage name. And in time, my stage name will hopefully, with whenever technology gets there, will be able to work with you in a way, and I will map it the hell out and say, this is how I make money. Do you want to work with me or not? Here's how you put your stuff in here. Here's how we put all our stuff in there together. Here's how we mark out these percentages. It'll draft out the contract. Do you agree on the contract through your wallet? Yes. Do I agree on the contract through my wallet? Yes. Do everybody else who's worked on the project agree on their splits and their percentages that's come from this contract? Yes. We all signed it in. It all goes out, and it's managed by a system, and we're all getting our splits in real time. Done. Do you see why I say the intellectual property thing is different? And now when I get my intellectual property for whatever that crypto happens to be that I happen to believe in, if it's Matic or Tel or Theta, that's video. So these things that DSLA, that's a data play. I am playing the things that might give me revenue. So if I believe that they're going to give me revenue, rather than hopium, I will make money on this side to either double down on them and keep adding to my assets here on the holdings that I hold for them as I compound on this every 30 days. To add whatever I'm making this, when I shut down the robots, if I need to remove them, I can add more weight to the value of their holdings by seeing where the value is now, what was it when we started it, and that's why I need data. How much was this at the time when I rolled it out? How much is that worth now? Can I put that back into play at this position to put it back into play? How much assets need to be under this thing? How much did we make on this over time? And how much now needs to be padded into this? And can we statistically see that we are gaining in the weight of the actual coin? I don't give a damn about what the daily price is. I care about how much weight I hold. On the street, do you care about the price of it all the time or the weight you hold? I need my weight because the price can shift on me on the upside. Why don't we think about that at the same time in crypto? I'm concentrating on how much weight I make. This is my weight. And I'm making this. Then I could speculate on this all day. Because I'm really only focused on what I feel comfortable with is whatever is $1. I'll stay with my fiat to feel comfortable. I'm doing that because this is so crazy, the percentages we're getting. I just want to hold it where it is because I don't want this dropping down on me later. So I'm not gonna, I'll get some BTC, and I do want to get some of that too, but I can buy more BTC if I have this stabilized. And I'll get more of this because then I'll hold it. And at the end of the month, when I need to be able to flex over to Bitcoin real fast, I have a coffer of USDT to be able to dollar cost average into it. Or with my robots, because I can have a secondary robot playing on the same exchange all my robots are, I can sit there and have a secondary robot say, here's a dollar cost average robot, play in this same pool, and as you see more tether, we have enough tether, buy BTC every systematic point where you see this happening. Dollar cost average me in. And I just got to make sure that my bot only can dollar cost average in lower than what I'm currently doing on average per month. So I'm only making an average of 10% monthly, then I can only put in, say, 5% dollar cost average per month on a consistent basis. So let me just program a 5% allocation of funds back into Bitcoin during these cycles. I'm beginning to learn it. I'm beginning to understand how to play with financial instruments in a different capacity. This is mining. This is just liquidity mining. I'm a miner. Thanks. Now I get it, right? For $120 a month, I have a liquidity miner. I pay $120 and change a month. Let's just say $130 to be cute. Right now, I'm not using any of that currency to pay the actual bill for the bot. I'm compounding. For now, I am compounding. Because what I want to do is I found out if I earn enough, I can pay for this for 1 year for one flat fee in crypto. And then now I can have my bot for a whole year basically royalty free. And I want to get it to that point so that my bots sit a whole year and I don't got to think about paying out from them but once a year. When do you think I'm going to do that? January. I'm not going to cash out heavy in December. I'm going to be cashing out slightly throughout the entire year into not US dollar, creating a huge taxable event. Going to fiat, I will go to another coin or stable coin having a tradable event happen, a trade event. I never earned any income. I had a trade event to store the value of my crypto in another crypto, not a fiat. That's the difference. I'm playing this cycle. I'm not playing with fiat. I'm playing in Tether or US dollar coin. Let's get the other bot up because I really want to see something really fast. I will need to see this. Give me a second. I'm going to launch my other bot. We're going to launch the Classroom bot. I did not look at it yesterday, which is like weirdo mode for me. But I'm going to show you why I don't micromanage them as much. And why bots for you watching me might get boring. Now, check this out. Right? Here's the Classroom bot. The link's in the description. This is how much the Classroom bot has made. I have not been micromanaging this for a couple days. So the bot has made some buy-ins, it bounced off, and it fell through. So I missed when it fell out of sync and ran back up. So I missed trades. And again, this is a 198er on a 12 pair. This would not have happened if I was under a 20 and a 298 trading point. This is why I'm making the changes. So this one right now, which is out of range, I'm going to go ahead and kill that because I see it. Let's get that down. These that are negative, they're out of range. We're not going to play that game. We're going to go ahead and kill these as well since we're here with it. I'll get back to the news in a minute, but this is important. These things are not trading in range, and you've got to... This is mining. These are your miners, right? Each one of these trading pairs, you're mining. And what you're doing is setting up to get back into these pairs, right? So here's ADA playing boring sideways, and look what we've done. Even with a 2.98%, we've already done 4 trades and have already been liquidly profitable. We've only sold one of the 2 purchases we've made. And if it falls down again, we'll buy back again another one. So again, these plays that I'm starting to make now, ADA was not set properly. Again, this is... But it's enough pairs for I'm not worried, right? And it plays boring. It's been playing really boring, and that's good. Long term. So we will begin to adjust to our new rungs. I don't like this. We bounced out the bottom. We're at the bottom of this. Great. Let's go ahead and kill this one too. We're going to put all these back on. But I'm going to show you the new settings that we're using. This is going to be the trading pair. We're going to run through the accumulate that crypto winter cycle. These are going to be our long-term long-term adjustment numbers. Right now, I'm just looking to see where these are sitting. This is at the top. I really don't need to mess with this one. It's been running 10 days. And I want to. It's been running 10 days, and I don't even like what it's made. And that's ADA and BTC. Like, it's changed 1%. It's made 2%. I mean, I guess that's okay. It just seems. I guess it played. Oh, yeah, that's why. It's playing so boring that it's not even getting that many trades because for all of this time, it just floated dead ass. And that's why sometimes these bigger numbers are not good. But again, you're not playing for. I mean, yeah, it's great to do all this day trading, but I really just want the higher percentages. And again, this would not have played well with a 298, so I'm gonna leave it alone. This one is a 198 as well with 20. I'm gonna leave this be. Again, it's been trading for 10 days. It's pulled 6% out of a 4% play. Again, ADA USDC. I'm earning USDC. These are the important things, right? Let's go ahead and flip over to the spot history. I've already turned off all these bots, right? So we're going to need to get these bots back in play. This starts where we are. We know that this isn't the bot because it says you cannot start several bots. That lets us know that this bot's already in play, like that is. And this one, the RLC BTC, isn't in play, but we have it because it's up there. So we know that we're putting these bots that were down here back into play after a major red. So let's get them back into play. I'm going to show you the new settings we're going to do. Okay, these are our new settings. We're not going to... This one was a value of $5 at one time. We're actually able to get $23 worth of USDC value on that, which is cool. So DNT could actually get some more value. And then we also have $31 that this $16 value could actually get. So this is interesting. We're going to start playing with a little bit of some of that cash flow to get a little bit heavier on some of these other plays so they're not trading so low. But every sprinkle helps, right? This is what we do when we compound back in to certain ones of our plays. So TRB, because it's on Coinbase, I trade those things, just trade them. So what we're going to do is start setting our setups, right? So we're going to go with a 298 play, and we're going to scroll this down so that we actually get, because you can't type the number out, you've got to actually drag it to get your 20. We can see that if we drag this wrong, we get this extra stuff. When you get a red line, I don't want a red line. I want it down. That gets rid of the extra spend that we have. I actually just want to buy if it goes further down. I want to trail down, and I want to trail down. Right now it's at 21. Let me go ahead and set that at 20 pairs even. I like it even. Even 298, 20 pairs. If we look at what that looks like, we've got all this dip. Great play. We're going to give it... this is who? TRB. How much did TRB have last time? TRB had 0.00031 something Bitcoin. Right? 0.003. 3 zeros and a 3-1, right? So I got not 3 zeros. So I don't want to flood all of this Bitcoin back into this. That's why you got to watch how many O's you got on your stuff. So since I see TRB, we only had this little bit, right? We made $1. It wasn't because we didn't put a lot on this. Now, I think I just played this one to kind of get in the space, but I will give it a little bit more. So I'm going to go with 001, right? We're going to go into this. So we're going to go 001 BTC on the TRB. That way we're giving it a little bit more from this cycle that we got since we got a little bit, we'll just give it a little bit more money and see what happens, right? So we're going to give it a little bit more cash flow. What I'm going to do is drag this down so we get a 001. Like we said, 001 BTC, or around $60 now, is going to be put on there. Right? So 00, I want to go about $60. about $58, right? So we got 50 bucks on this pair to trade. 298.20. We have no extra spend. Looks good. We're pulling the trigger on this one and getting it out on the market. So now we put more money on this trading pair. We've doubled down a little bit more, or not doubled down, but we added a little bit more to this one, and we're now going to trade into being able, the bots just started. So now we're going to be able to start trading into this pair as it trades wherever it's going to go. If it falls down further, we can catch some more sale going down. But now we're looking for 298 to be where we are, and we have plenty of grid lines to catch a dip. This is getting your bots ready for crypto winter. That's what it looks like. All right, so next one, we did that one. We're going to go to the next one, DNT. Our last run we had on this, we only had $5 worth of USD on this one. I want to double up that. So we're going to now give it around $10 of cash flow, right? I want to double down on this. You've been running for a little bit. I want to give you a little bit more money. We're doing all right. So let's give it a little bit of cash. We're going to change how much we make now. We're going to go 298 like we said. And we're not going to be doing 10 pairs. I don't want to trade for the short term. Like I told one of my homeboys today, nah, I don't want you trading the bots. I don't want you trading the bots every single day. I want you to be able to trade past the bots every single day. I do not want you trading bots every day. That's not the goal of this. The goal is to say that if you set it now, you can begin to get a strategy of set it and forget it. So like I said, I'm going with $10 since I had 5 and change on it before. I'm scrolling this down to get my 20 pairs, grid line, excuse me. And now that I've done that, look where it's dipped, and I still got wiggle room, right? So that's what we're doing. We're now catching bottoms and letting our bots play in that zone, and we're adding a little bit more cash flow to our bots as they build out. We're compounding into our trades. I'm beginning to understand how to do this better with the bots, right? So let's go ahead now that bot is started. We're going to go ahead and get from our DNT, we've got our CTSI, right? I'm staying in this trade pair as well. 298 on it. Again, dragging it out for 20. We have some extra grid lines because we can see that by this right here. Let's zoom in and see what's going on. Why are we hitting this much on that? Let's drag this down a little bit more. Drag it down a little bit more. There we go. We've gotten rid of it. We've got 22 grid lines. Let's drag this down now. Right? So now we've got our 20 grid lines. No extra spend. Now, what did we spend last time on CTSI? We spent 0.004 Bitcoin on this. We currently only have 0.003 Bitcoin that we can play into this pair with because we're already at 92%. We're close to the 4. I'm not going to mess with it. It is what it is on this pair. We do have some bags from the past, but that'll be the extra equity as we trade into it. So I'm good with this. We're going to go ahead and start this like this. Again, 298.20. That's going to be my current run for every pair, getting ready to go long-term with our trades. All of these are long-term bot trades now. I'm not playing short-term anymore. I'm getting myself into a cycle to start trading myself into other coins, trading myself into data, trading myself into programming, and getting websites on a blockchain. I don't got time to watch robots. And as I make money from the other things that I'm doing on chain, I'm taking that and I'm bringing it back over on this side, and I'll start stacking them into these other pairs, not into the school one, because we're going to build this one back out slowly. We're going to grow this back over the 1,000 that we put in. And I'm going to show you once the run happens where we're at, and you're going to be like, holy crap. Because look at us right now. Hold on. Let's keep going because we're not done. I'm not going to get into all this dreamy talk, dreamy hypotheticals. Let's finish off rebuilding the crash, right? We're rebuilding where we crashed. We put $1,000 in and we're rebuilding from the crash just by having our bots keep trading. So this one dropped on us, right? RLC BTC. The last thing we had was a 005. Can we get a 006 on that? Let's find out. Let's drop this down, right? Let's go ahead and put this at our 298 because we know we're going 298 now to go longer on our pair. We're dropping this down to 20. We have no extra, which is good because we're floating at the line. How do we know? We keep scrolling up until we see this RLC. We now, or whatever the ticker is, we have the plus, whatever your BTC is. We want to drop that down. So now you don't have no extra spending. You just have what you have in float. 21 is our grid pairs. We don't want that. We want 20. You want even numbers. We have our 20, our 298. We now know what did we do on this RLC last time? We did 005. Can we get a little closer to 004? Can we get a 004 in here? Oh, we did. Hold on. We got a 004 and we got 94. Can we get this to run? Let's see. Let's see if we can get this one to run. 20 to 98. Just verifying my things here. I got it to 004, which means I compounded a little bit into it. It's my last BTC one, so it's good for me to compound it in. Waiting right here. It's traded over, switched over. We're now on the spots. It moved from here to here. And now we're trailing down. We're at 899 now. Okay. Remember, we haven't recovered yet from the crash. This played out in my head last night. I told you I'm very visual in how I visualize the market. And in my head, mathematically, it made sense last night why bots are so damn important. We started, and I'm going to show you this on the chart, and then once I finish this last pair, it's going to make a lot more sense as to, holy crap, why I now do bots and why I've been so functionally about bots since the last run, and I haven't changed. Again, we're going to go with 298 on our pair. We're going to drag down to fix what it's saying there. We're going to drag down to get our 20 grid lines. All right, now we have our 20. We have no extra purchase. We had $23 sitting in our coin with 95% on that. The last time we had $16 on the pair. We have a little bit more floating on the pair. That's great. It's got a little bit of interest on it that we can compound on there. All right, and we're doing it at a lower price on GNT because it dropped a little bit since the last time we paid. So we're paying and we're getting a little bit more GNT at a cheaper price. So let's get the 298, let's get that 20, and let's start the bot on this. 298.20, just verifying one more time. I'm watching this right now, and it should jump from the spot history and move over to spot bots. We'll wait. Waiting here, looking for this to go here, and it just did it. We got our sell order, it went in. We're now just making sure that these grid lines are starting to present themselves, and that's how we know that the bot is actually running. Should be another one that shows up somewhere around here, and the bot has started officially. There we go. So now you've seen me clean up all of the bots, right? You've seen me now set them up for 298s on the grid steps. You see me hit them for 20 on my grid levels. And now you've seen that right now there's only $21 in here. We've got 2% that's been floating on the interest that we've made thus far. Let's go ahead and look at our spot and look how this has been doing for the month. For when was this? Okay, let's see. I don't know when we started bots, so I'm going to go from here. Right, I'm going to go from all the way, hold on. I'm going to start from last month and just get it to today because I don't know when we actually started. So I'm just going to scroll down now and actually look. And it says May 29th. Okay, so good. We did start it on the 29th at the end of the month. So this is almost a May to June, right? Almost a month cycle. All right, so out of there, we invested around $14.36, right? We made around 61 bucks. Which is not how much we would need to recoup the investment for what we spent on this. That's why I told you that for a few months, you may have to make sure you have enough cash flow in your pocket on your own because of this. Like, this is why we didn't get there. It's because the market did this huge thing. But regardless, we still have a total profit of 61 bucks. Not a bad play that we did earn something for the revenue we had playing. The 1,000 we had did this much in transactions. We only put in 1,000, but we traded for 1,400. All right. Right now, how much do we have in play? We have over $922 of investments in play. And if I turn these off, I feel like I could squeeze some more out of this. But I'm going to leave this running because they're not at a place where I don't need to. If it was down here, I might move it. But since the cycle may move up, I'm just going to let it ride because I do have the trail up function there, and this will move up with it. And since I started it and it was basically here, and then it went up here, and then it came back down here, and it's going here, I'm basically playing sideways, and I've got a bunch of buys right here that are about to cash out. So I'm good with that there. And the same thing here with the ADA BTC. We started, you see where it started. It sold off here. It's done some trades down here, but we're also getting ready to potentially have another breakout. And again, I'm at the top of the key up here. I'm not going to move it. It doesn't make sense, and I'll just keep grabbing my percentages. And right now we're doing on an average 0.27%, not the greatest in the world. Again, I'm not doing well because I have not adjusted my grid steps. I feel like I want to adjust them. I feel like I just want to do them just to get it out of here. Because this really didn't do nothing in like this. 4%, this 1%, granted 2%, like 0.2%. I don't like that. So we're going to kill that and get it out of here. I want a better run on that. And we're going to kill the BTC ADA one right there. And we're going to go ahead and kill this ETH play too. We're going to go ahead and just clear all our bots and get all our bots back on with new configurations for the month, right? That's what we're going to do. So let's see what we can do here. Right here, ADA had 0.007 on the trade. 0.007 was on that trade. We're going to move this up, number one. We're going to change this to 298 like we did before. We're going to move our grid lines to get it to the 20. We're there. We have no extra purchase spend. That's good. Let's go back and again look at that ADA BTC. And we had what? 0.007 BTC on that trade. We have 0.006. So let's move the slider up to get our 0.07 back on there. And I'll just move it to 0.72, right? Instead of 0.78, it was 0.78. So we're close to 0.80. Let's try to get it close to 0.80 this time. Right? So 0.08. 0.008. 0.007, 0.008. So that's where we are with it. And we're going to now trade with the 20, put that on here and start it and let it trail itself down. All right. Then we're going to wait here for this to load on us, for our spot history to jump over to spot bots. We're going to say its limit order has been filled. We're going to wait until the bot is actually started. So let's scroll up, get these lines going, and wait for our little box to pop up here. Okay, our investment is in 665. Okay, the next bot we had was the ADA USDC. Last time we put 196 on that play. Let's see what we've got now. Bot needs to move up, of course. Let's move her up. Let's go ahead and swap this out to 298 so we have more grid pairs. We're getting better percentages to play longer play. We have no extra spend on it. That's good. And we're going to drop it to 20. Now, It looks like we cannot get the 196 that we spent on it last time. Let's see what we can get. We're going to go 92% and get a 181. That's the best we're going to do, but that's all right. That's all right because we're getting cheap beta anyway. So let's go ahead and grab her. 298, 20 grids, yes. We're going to wait on this to switch over to spot bots. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, come on. Bow. There we go. And we're going to scroll up and look to see the lines get up there. I'm going to wait till it says bot started because if not, it can crash. Bot started. So now we're in. That bot cash flow is there. And then we only have the one last thing here to play. And that is our ETH play here that we got in for... Yeah, we got our ETH play that we have to get into here. So let's get... Because we got this ETH for free, I believe. Playing ADA. So now, let's see how we can now flip this with the bot. Our ETH play was... we had our 298 on this play, but we had 12 grid lines too short for that play. So we're going to stretch this out to be 20 grid lines. Get our 20. By dropping that, we have no extra purchase on this. Remember, this ETH play was a freebie. Right? It was a freebie, got us 0.2 ETH. We still have our 0.268 instead of 6.5. So we do have some extra ETH floating there at 95% is what we started with. So we're going to leave that. We have no extra spend. Let's see if we can get this thing to trigger in. Can we get this in? So now we're getting free ETH. Let's make sure it works. We're getting a spot. Waiting for our spot bot to play. It's in. We've got 7 in. We are at $915. All of our trades are trailing. All of our trades are trailing down. And with them all trailing down, we are earning cash flow and capital as they play. All right, so hold on one second, y'all. All right, so let's get back into the news now that I had to get that out of the way, and I wanted to do it live so you can see. This is the bot that we put in the classroom. The link is in the description. I needed to get this in here. The market crashed by 40%. That was after we played, right? So let me go back into our chart so I can show you this, right? Hold on. Here we go. So we started the bot back on. Let me go back here. It's closed May 29th. Damn, I can't see when our bots actually. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me just look up the closed orders. And I can show you when I started trading, right? Bye. 27th. So May 27th. We basically put in, around May 27th, we put in the $1,000, all right? So that we know, right? Because we went to our spot history, and one of our first plays was DNT, right? It's on the bottom. It's one of our first plays. It's one of our early plays back in May. So we know from here, going to our closed orders, scrolling down, May 27th. Was when that order when an order started beginning on this trade. So May 27th. So now let's go back to May 27th, right? The end of May. May 27th, right here, 26th, 27th, right here. Let's hold on. I'm trying to get it as close as possible, and I'm trying to zoom it in so that we can see this. May 27th, here, we're up here. We have fallen since then and have been down here. That's a significant drop in the cash flow. And that's all assets that were being traded were losing and decreasing as Bitcoin went down, and some heavier than others. So the portfolio as a whole took a hit. But now if you look at what's being invested, what's currently in investments, how much is sitting there? That's not me being cute or clamorous, right? That's me showing you that even though the market dipped on us, I have in assets $915 currently. Do I think that over now that I have this set, over the next, if this is set for the next 30 days and I don't touch it, do I think I'm going to have more or less than the 915 when I recompound? When the market goes back to where it was back when I, started this, when the market goes back up, where is this asset going to be? When we go from here back up here, where is the market going to be? I'm buying right here. So when we get back up here, we're going from currently 36,000 to, we're still 36,000, right? Yeah, 36 to, no. That's 36,000 going back up to about 40. What's my assets going to look like when it hits here? What's my assets going to look like when it goes back to 43? What happens when it goes back to 50? Right now, after this 27 May, right here. After today, things dropped down to here. We're now down here. So if I started here, now I'm down here, but my assets have recovered a good portion of itself back. I am close to recouping, just a few away from getting my 1,000 back. And I'm right here right now already making purchases in while I'm talking to you. The bot's already been starting to buy into the weakness. Like I said, where do you think I'm going to be at the end of this cycle? At the end of this little freeze out, right? This little Bart Simpson, once this Bart Simpson breaks out in June 30th, because all the announcements at June 30th, like regardless of where we are right here, when June 30th happens and we shoot the hell out, I'm good. So now let's get into the rest of the news that I did that I had to, because I was looking at this and it was catching my attention about the bots. And I was saying Coinbase says interest from pension funds skyrocket as institutional holdings soar 270%. And this triggered me to go look at the bots because I again wanted to show you that these bots are doing percentages, right? And then I saw that I had to clear up my bot. Let's go up. Dfinity, that's that big internet computer thing. Founder takes aim at Ethereum's complex layer 2 solutions. Yeah, everybody's going to try to do that, but Dfinity, you're still dropping. Let me look at Dfinity. Dfinity is an internet computer, I believe. And you were what at what time? Hold on. Let's make sure we ain't talking crap, right? I don't want to talk crap. Right? That's not me. Is that not Dfinity? That's not me, right, y'all? That's not Dfinity, right? Where did these people come into the market with? How did they come in this game, right? What was their energy like? When I say come with the same energy you came in at, where is your energy just May 11th? Huh? $478.09? Huh? You at $84, homeboy. You better put some respect on their name. You want to come talking crap, but homeboy, your shite went from 400 to 80. And I told all of y'all, if you watch me, I told y'all when I saw it, and I was like, yo, at $100, I was still like, I think it could come down some more. And everything that Bitcoin does affects all the other coins. So if I know they're shaking out all these other players, why would I buy you anytime soon? Even if you're a thing. I mean, it might be interesting. I'll look deeper into it. But I don't like I don't like the economics. As I've been learning about it, I don't like the economics. They're too closed sourced. We're about to go open source, y'all. Y'all keep playing. Elon Musk agrees with Vitalik Buterin on Doge and Ethereum collaboration. Yes, because I told you what he was setting up for. Doge is going to be Tesla coin. And it's going to use with those third-party solutions to get scalability. You know, I have a big ass system. My system can't really pivot. Hey, everybody, I'll give you money to figure out how I can scale. Great. You got cross chain so you can do it with other people. Great. You go ahead and do that. I'll fund you to do whatever you need. Okay, now, Elon, I got something for you. I called it already. I told y'all. I already told you this yesterday. He's getting slammed. The muzzle is getting put on him. We can move on. Kraken launches Kusama Parachain auction platform as KSM. I've been talking about that, and that's Polkadot. Defies the downtrend. Yes, data is the new oil. Da, 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 da. Data is the new oil. What are they doing? They're playing with data. Polygon is the hey, we've got some fancy stuff happening on this Kusama thing type beats. They are together. So when you see something happen with when you see something happen with Polygon, you're seeing Matic. You're seeing not Matic. Sorry. Hold on. Kusama and Polygon, I think it is Polygon, isn't it? Right. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not bugging the hell out. Sorry, wrong P. Polkadot, wrong P. Not it's Polkadot. Polkadot and Kusama. Dot and Kusama play together. So whatever's about to happen in Polkadot, look at Kusama because they're doing something there that ended up being on Polkadot. And some major things are getting ready to upgrade on that side of the world. So yeah, this parachain auction thing seems to be important. I cannot stress to you at all how important this thing right here is. El Salvador Bitcoin law making BTC legal tender passes the supermajority. It's official. So if anybody wants to talk crap, please understand that the 21 million Bitcoin, you know, that 21 million that you can't mint any more than 21 million Bitcoin, the same one that's been 21 million since it started and is only ever going to be 21 million. Well, now a whole country is saying it's legal tender. You know, scarcity rules, right? You know them scarcity type beats. You know, the laws of supply and demand type beats. Maybe you need to start digging deeper. Supply. There's only 21 million. There'll only ever be 21 million. 18.5's already been minted. 6 point something million is locked into wallets that'll never be retrieved. And or is it billion? It's either 6 million or 6 billion are locked away in wallets that'll never be found. I think it might be 6 million. And 900 Bitcoin is minted a day. And all new Bitcoin, now the new thing is all new Bitcoin is being bought up by like 2 companies over the counter. So I can't tell you enough that scarcity is in play. Anybody that wants to buy got to buy OTC. And they got to buy heavy numbers. And when I say this is big news, no, I don't think you get it. Everybody, Market Watch, Bitcoin.com. There was more. I just stopped. There was like a bunch of them that was just talking about El Salvador. Oh, there was more countries. I'll show you on the other side of this, on the other news that the other AI found. Plenty of news about it. I just stopped it at 2. I thought I clicked one more. Anyway, Anthony Scaramucci says He accepts Bitcoin's volatility, sees the upside as it challenges gold. Everybody understands you can go mine more gold. You can't get more Bitcoin. 21 million. That's it. There will only ever be. Right? So, a major Australian fund manager has booted Tesla from its sustainability ETF, saying the car maker has failed to address. Hold on, I'm pulling up the rest of the news. From saying that the car maker has failed to address labor and environmental concerns. Lithium type beats, lithium batteries. So while I told you the muzzle's coming out. I told you the muzzle is coming out. He doesn't get it. This is his first season in, y'all. First season in this game. He don't get it. And he's getting a muzzle put on him just like all the other billionaires the last season cycle. Now let's get here. This is big because meet Grace, the healthcare robot COVID-19 created. This is Sophia. This is Cardano now. She's on Cardano. She is Sophia. I've already told you she has residency in Saudi Arabia. This is Cardano. This is AGI. This is Singularity.net. The Singularity thing. Matrix type beats. So we're getting there. Careful. Let's look at what's going on, what the AI has found for us. I know a lot of this news was from yesterday, so I'm going to kind of run through the old stuff and the new stuff, all right? So I want to go through this because we kind of ran through some of this yesterday. Norway, I want to go back where we were, which was buying the dip, the 401k plan, trillions of dollars. We did all of this. I told you about the what's going on with the Bart Simpson and that we're going to break out in July, closer to the end of July. Bitcoin tumbles 8%. I'm not worried about that. I don't know about that. Yeah, some of this stuff I was going to look into. I'm still looking into them. Bye capital gains. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Countries are getting ready to get rid of capital gains so they can get more trading on this, more volatility. That's more purchase power. More upside than gold. Paraguay, this is where we were. Paraguay is getting ready to get in the game. Makes it more scarce, right? When another country is grabbing it up. Litecoin, which is really the test market of Bitcoin. I'm keeping an eye over there because Charlie does do some great work on there, and there might be some fungibility and privacy stuff, which is also what's coming on the blockchain, on the Bitcoin network. So a lot of stuff that goes to Bitcoin starts on Litecoin first. So it's almost like a beta test center. So getting some Litecoin is not a bad idea for myself. I might do it on the trade as far as the bots, letting the bots trade it up. Mexico lawmakers aim to follow the example of neighboring countries with proposed Bitcoin legislation. We got sick of you when you had a weirdo president type beats, America. And I'm here in America. I'm just saying. I'm in the U.S. talking crap about the U.S. because these boneheads at the top don't get it, man. Tech don't care. Did tech care when the internet revolution came and started destroying businesses? Like when digital places like Best Buy started destroying places like Circuit City? Do you think it cared when when Best Buy was just a website? It wasn't physical yet? Y'all don't remember that. Y'all weren't here for that. Y'all don't remember when Best Buy was where hackers were downloading their stuff and buying their stuff from the credit cards they were stealing from AOL, buying it on Best Buy, fencing them on eBay, and getting them on a place called Google so people could see it on another place, like these hangout and marketplaces. The neighborhood one, which I can't think of off the top of my head right now. Craigslist. All of this was a fencing operation. Amazon too. Fencing operation for the credit cards that were getting taken. That's why today your billing address has to be the same as your shipping address, unless you're giving a gift. It all came from the AOL days. You're welcome. And what did I learn? Tech doesn't care how businesses felt. Businesses failed not adjusting to tech. They didn't get a website, they're gone. Didn't get on social media, they're gone. Not in blockchain in the next 5 years, you'll be gone. Because look at all the companies who ain't making money that just prove they have liquidity by selling off some of the crypto they got last year, right? We'll be seeing that. So Mexico, all of the population of the country, if it becomes legal tender, does that make the asset more or less scarce? And you want to sell your crypto. Stupid. This Biden advisor holds between 25% to 43% of his net worth in Bitcoin. There's a bunch of them now that have to say it. And they'll say it slowly. It'll get announced slowly. They have to because they don't want to surge the market. Coinbase says interest from pension funds. I read that from another place. I already told you. They have to do it custodially. They have to. Or you're not a good custodian. If you're not in the assets that'll make me money, you're not a good custodian of my cash. Why are you holding my money if I make more money than you? Holding my money. Now banks got to do something, right? Why? What? Bank, how is it that you cannot earn 1% interest rate, but I, by myself, I'm able to earn 10% interest rate off the same amount of capital? Huh? Huh? Meow, say meow. Meow. That's the goal. That's the jugs. Again, why do I give you my money to get get a lesser than this? Like, I don't get it. And then I just got to learn how to do this long term. And then now my next phase is how do I get more money under management? I don't want your money for that shit. No. I got to figure it out for me. That's my assets, my audio, my servers, my mining for data. Like all those things will get me more cryptocurrency that I can now, mining will get me more assets to put on mining, liquidity mining to earn more capital, to put in the DeFi liquidity mining to earn more capital. And then after I earn all this interest from multiple interests on top of interest, then I pull some money out to buy more hardware, do whatever. And how do I make money to live? I better come up with my own passive stream of income, because why am I selling out my cryptocurrencies in the next 5 years? If I understand Bitcoin is going to be in the next cycle somewhere in the line of $500,000 to $1 million, or it's the 500,000, right? That we go from the $100,000 and it goes to the 250, 500,000 zone in the next cycle, right? If that's the cycle, we've got to see where we get to in this one, because we haven't gotten there yet. We haven't done past the August run up. So since we know that this is manipulated and we know that they have their plans, and me telling you ain't gonna change it, because hell, I was saying it the last cycle. I was like, oh shit, I'm seeing this. I don't think oh my God, it's playing out. Well, now I'm like, okay, yo, guys, this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to play. I've already seen this once before, and they've done it before, and they've done it before, and they've done it before. It's repetitive. They're sad. Let's just play this out. But remember, you got to come in this as a business owner. Start thinking about how you make business with this. Don't come at this as an investor in cryptocurrency. Come at this as an investor for the long term. Because crypto plays sideways way longer than playing the way that it plays straightway. I'm trying to find my actual screen for that. There it is. This is how long it plays when you look at it in days. It's a long play. So when Mexico and all these other places are getting into crypto like that, this is not a light thing. This is not light from that. When pensions are getting in, it's not light. When El Salvador is doing it, all these people are jumping in when it was not involved in the DOJ's Bitcoin ransom seizure because that wasn't their job. Mike Novacrat, Bitcoin's investors waiting for a new narrative shift. It doesn't really matter. Bear, don't care. Don't care. Well, I don't know what that is. Top Trader says he's buying these 4 crypto. I don't care. Okay, Polygon, Matic. Been talking about that. More integration. That's important. Mm-hmm. Okay. Ripple, we talked about the lawsuit because they want to get their stuff together. So I want my bags in Ripple to be gone. That'll be great. How does Bitcoin mining work? I don't really care about mining Bitcoin itself because we have our own mining going on, earning our own percentages. So I'm not playing that game. I'm not going to get into the hardware side of it. Why? I'm not in ASICs yet. And if I can build my own ASICs miner in the next couple of years, and then why would I mine Bitcoin? I'll mine something that you can print out your own ASIC chips or ASIC boards in the future. In 5 years, will I be printing out my own machinery? Probably so. So I'm just going to wait till that happens. Done, done, and done. And as this is, and I don't think y'all get it, and this is going to be the biggest news I tell y'all. Next to the fact that countries are buying in, I wanted to tell you the hustle that corporations are doing on the back end that you don't get. These guys are selling bonds for a little bit of money. That's debt on the stock market for the stock market guys out there. They're selling bonds, 2028, whatever, debt, whatever, getting that, and then buying crypto with that. So market, MicroStrategy just went ahead and got to the bond market, got 500 million, and they might get more than that. And they're going to use the net proceeds from the sale of the notes to acquire additional Bitcoins. He wants another 500 million. And he's getting it. And then some, because he might actually get more than 500 million. He holds 92,000 Bitcoin. Let us get this number in a new window. Let's put this and say BTC to USD. Damn, my hand's in a weird place. Sorry. So it is messing up me being able to type. All right. This in the Billy Club. Welcome to the Billy Club. 100,000 million billion. So this gentleman that is talking, the CEO of MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, you will see all over the internet talking about the manipulation of the market and why he keeps buying more Bitcoin. You don't think that when he buys it right now, he's not buying, he's about to buy 500 million at a pop. He's buying a whole pop right now. Like, give me my cash. The minute I get it, we're buying it right now. We're buying it right now. And I told you how much he's playing with. $500 million right now would be another 14,000 Bitcoin. You know he's buying it in the lump sum just to get it. He's going to buy it OTC, over the counter. He's not going to buy it on chain. You know, manipulation type beats. He's not doing it, but he understands it's happening. And he's buying in. He is the guy that had started the whole thing, that CEO. I'm not making any money in my other business, but I have Bitcoin and I can say I'm liquid. Here, I'll sell some of it off. Hey, we sold off Bitcoin this quarter and made some money. We're looking into the space and getting some more into the space, and we're doing other things in the space now. We're not going to leave the blockchain space. Like I said, I don't think people quite understand. Yeah, all of this is going to change. People don't understand. This goes bigger. This is big. Like I said, Mexico saying we don't need your money no more. Every country that says we don't need your money no more, like I already checked that one off. Did I? No, I didn't. Boom. Yeah, I did. Saved. Living the video talk saying, yeah. Telling you. It's gonna get ugly up in here. I'm gonna keep this up because I'm gonna change over. I gotta read up on that EZ5 thing and I don't wanna lose it right now. The last thing I'm going to look at, because I think I got all the news I'm gonna get. Last thing I want to talk about is this screen, and then I'm done for the day. Because I always want to now close out kind of where I started out, and then since we looked at the markets and we got through the news, I want to just put something in your mind, and I hope this is helpful for this part. Grand Theft Auto Crypto. Grand Theft Auto is about to have in itself some type of cryptocurrency mechanics. Now, what I'm understanding about blockchain, this can help you actually render more servers for your gaming system, which could actually have your games be more centralized server machine. So if Grand Theft Auto utilizes blockchain technology, let me move my mouse. I'm going to say that one more time because it just tried to drop on me. When Grand Theft Auto uses blockchain technology to scale up its infrastructure, all of this is going to change. I want to give you a vision and of a world, and I want you to understand I lived it once and it's about to come back, and I told everybody when Second Life, the game I was playing in, and I was a developer in that game, designing clothes, doing DJing, promoting music, all types of stuff, getting events going, trying to get concerts going and concert halls. Like I was doing a lot of work inside the game to get money because I figured out as long as you can make it, you can make it. And then I can convert it from PayPal into US dollar and I could use my debit card and pay for it, right? And I could pay food and buy food, right? I could pay bills in the real world from my digital fiat. As long as it can convert to US dollar and I can put it on a card, that's fiat. And as long as I can spend my fiat anywhere, what does it matter? Now, if I know Coinbase is going to have a card at one point in time, it just means I have to have USDC or USDT. That is why you see me doing this play on this side of the world. USDT, 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 USDT. That's why you see me playing so much on this side of the trade. Because when it's time for me to cash out, what am I going to have more of? The pair I need. Am I not still getting an interest payment? But at least it's in a stable coin. Now, when I'm in a video game and I have a shop, right? So let's say, remember Grand Theft Auto. Remember Grand Theft Auto. If you ever played it, it's basically this in-world game. And go, in fact, I actually want to play something. You know what? Hold on. No. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to make sure it's silent. And I might get hit for a copyright strike, but frick it. We're gonna say Grand Theft Auto. Actually, I'm not gonna use the I see I didn't spell theft right. Right? I'm gonna go 5 because we're going to 6 in a second, right? And I want to say clothing, shop, plural. And I'm going to go to images and I'm going to open that up. Then I'm going to go to clubs, right? Then I'm going to go to images and I'm going to open that up. Then I'm going to go to then I want to go to entertainment. Just entertainment. No. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Damn doorbell rang and my dogs are acting up. Hold on. All right, sorry about that, y'all. All right, so entertainment, right? Where we left off. And I know I'm probably spelling it wrong. Y'all know I can't spell for nothing. Images, and let's open that up. So now, you see this shop? What if this shop was real? All of these kind of stores, right? If I wanted a suit shop or this home, what is this? Whatever this in Russia, like if I had Russian clothes, or if I like all of these suburban shops, like see all of these shops, right? All these different places. That's real estate. What if I owned the building that somebody was going to do a heist out of? And they had to rent from me and pay rent in world. Decentraland. ENJ. Start looking at these things. Can I own a piece? Can I get a piece of real estate? Can I put a building on it? Can I have a shop that in world people want clothes to look fly? And based off the consensus engine and the purchases and the reviews, give you X amount of cred for wearing X amount of products. And those products can go up in class as the guy gets better and better at his designs and spreads out his stuff across this entire metaverse and gets to become one of the largest chains. Or you get more and more broken down and you have to do something else with your business or get into another business, right? So this is one whole idea that what if you sold the cars in world and you could design the 3D models and the function and the mechanics and your car help people get out of escape out of their things, right? So you got to think of these in-world contests, these in-world games are going to need higher end machinery. Are your cars helping them escape out and outrun police? Are they part of the police force, right? And they need better cars. So you got to develop the police cars. So who's developing the helicopters that can chase people? Like all of that. There's an economy that has been there called modding, but that economy is getting ready to open up for everybody, and you're going to get paid for developing in world. This is a universe unto itself. And Grand Theft Auto, we know when they print out, becomes Grand Theft Auto something something, Grand Theft Auto something else, Grand Theft Auto Online, Grand Theft Auto this, Grand Theft Auto that. So this thing's going to be running for another 5 to 10 years. With multiple styles of Grand Theft Auto, different environments, different worlds, different things, and you'll be able to build into every one of them. I'm not saying that's what they're doing, but I'm saying when somebody can compete with them with this kind of quality, I don't know. You know. Oh, damn it. I hate when I hit wrong buttons. Right? Right? This. Right? What happens when you can start building in this? What happens when all of these worlds are available for you to theme and design the clothes for? That's why I say I don't think people get what's getting ready to come. Y'all better watch Westworld again. Westworld is the physical Avatar. This is going to be the training ground. Y'all better watch Avatar again. Not Avatar, Westworld. Different universes, like Westworld had the original and the old Japan, all that. If y'all haven't watched it, I think you should go watch Westworld and understand that space that everybody's fighting in and all that, virtualize that because it's like a virtual world, and see that all of those are going to get easier and easier to design as more and more. Do you think I could buy sets or pieces of sets and make new sets out of it? Do you think there's going to be a marketplace for 3D objects and textures? Animations and clothes for different scenes? What if I had a shop in here? What would music in this world sound like? Could you get an NFT in this world? It's coming, bros and broettes and bro hairs and broettes. It's coming. I just need y'all to understand what's coming. I need you to, this club. You don't think your NFTs will be playing in all these clubs? You don't think you're going to get royalties from all these clubs? The strippers clubs? You don't think you got stripper music? You're not going to be in those clubs? Pumping in those clubs? Hip hop, trance, whatever, right? Lo-fi, chillin' vibes, coffee houses, right? All these stores, buildings that are pumping music. You don't think you're going to be in the elevator? Muzak. What if all of these are functioning buildings with Muzak in them? You don't think you're making money in all of these buildings if this is a whole neighborhood and you're in like 17 of them playing Muzak? Or thousands of them. What if you had 1,000 buildings, right? And you get one stream in 1,000 buildings, 1,000 streams a day, and you're making money on that and it goes into your account, right? Then from your account, you then can either stake it, get more money, because we're talking about passive. And then you could either do that or just compound it with your robot, convert it to a USDT, and then compound it with your robot on the other sides of the trades that you need for the worlds that you need it for. I am thinking like that. These are for what's going to make the internet potentially work. This is just a play just to try to see. Because I saw some high-ass percentages on it, and I was like, that sounds crazy. Let me grab some. Motorcycles, golf clubs, golfing mechanics, lounges, special events, concerts. All of that's going to be in world. Entertainment, right? So gaming inside the game, going moped races, race car races. You could have like NASCAR in there and have bets on the side. Who's got the bets on who's racing? I want to race you in world, like Mario Kart, right? You can be in there getting on, you get on a bike and then all of a sudden you're in a game. There's going to be people that build games in world that you pay for. The mechanics, everything. They'll build it in world, connect it in, and boom, you'll now have the mechanics to ride this and bet and place bets on that. And maybe you could, all that. Racing, street racing, where everybody, all that. In-world design competitions, in-world battles, in-world DJs. All of that is in here. That's what I don't think people get, that this is about to open source. Not this, but anybody who can now create graphics that look something like this. Well, I'm telling you, Unreal is getting ready to do, already has done just that. And it's going to make it easier. The entry to getting into doing this has lowered because this was the graphics of the past. Unreal 5. Unreal 5. That's all I need to put, right? Unreal 5. Let's go to just the videos of Unreal 5. Let's look at something kind of new. Let me go here. Give me any time. Just give me the past week, right? I only want to see the past week. Yeah, give me something short. I don't want nothing really long, right? So boom. Let me close that off so we don't talk. I don't need no issues with knitting. And I want you to just see, right? Let's just skip through all of this. This whole new Lumen Global is going to take away a lot of stuff from you needing some crazy processing cards, right? So now look at the quality of the renders, right? You're into crystals and rocks. Look at that. How the lighting looks, all of that. Like how he's doing this almost in real time. Right? Hold on, I'm just letting it do it because I keep skipping around. I'm trying to let him play it out. Lumen, he's showing you, da da da. And it lights up. So, like I said, you've got to see that Unreal is really getting unreal. Right? This engine, do you think Grand Theft Auto is going to look kind of cool? Huh? If it was on something like Unreal? Do you think that they'll be able to pull off, like, do you think somebody's gonna, not even to say Grand Theft Auto, let's not do that, let's just say, do you think that some other company's gonna come in here with all this tools at their disposal and make a dope game that we'll be able to get in there and make our own content for that? I think so. I think we'll be able to, and that's what I'm betting on. I'm betting on, maybe I make the mountain and you get my textures. I'm betting on my sound being in here. I'm betting on animations being used for some of these clients' characters. And if you're using my animations, I'm getting paid for every time you bought them. And I'm making new animations and stacking them and textures and skies and all of that. If I'm making all of this, I can then do what? I get assets. What do they become? Revenue to be able to earn interest. Welcome to media, y'all. So I wanted you to think about that. I wanted you to think about what cryptocurrency means in the big sphere of a decentralized computers and decentralized programming and decentralized autonomous organizations and decentralized finance and decentralized fiat and decentralized digital business structures and decentralized downloads and decentralized custodians and decentralized wallets, exchanges, automatic market makers, trading robots, media, gaming, visuals, video streaming, audio streaming, maybe audio rendering, maybe audio mixing, maybe video rendering. I already know RNDR is blockchain GPU rendering, distributed. Do I need a movie and I need some big scale stuff and I want it to be rendered out with all the old school ways of doing things? Well, good, I can go in here and do that. But I'm looking at Unreal and saying real time, real time, real time. Almost real time in most cards. Instead of, but I can get distributed, but I'll have to start getting my coins up and then get my machines up and put my GPUs in there. I will wait for the next cycle. I will wait for here. And then I will buy my machines and my GPUs because this gets boring. Gamers will get their stuff back and I will start buying machines. Maybe if this is 2022, right? It says I'm doing what's going to happen at the end of this year to beginning of January. So this is me 2022. I will probably get into buying my hardware here. April of 2022. To begin this recoup, get my rendering going, buy this equipment, and then as the years get to this happening and Bitcoin goes crazy, all the money I made here begins shifting into Bitcoin. And when that next cycle goes, I'm riding that next wave up for the next cycle. So I'm going to go ahead and break up out of here. I've given you your news. I have shown you what I'm doing with the box. I prepared you for crypto winter. I'm about to go get some grubbage because I'm starving. So everybody be safe on these streets. Y'all keep your head down, keep grinding, and I'll talk to you later. Peace out.